Yo, what's good, y'all? Gonna have to adjust these times. Can't make it with the one client. Here we go. Welcome, welcome. How we all doing? Some Josh, Pixel. Would you Jerlin's minion? Yo, what's up, guys? Give me 1 second, getting everything set up. I got like a steering wheel and shit, so I don't have my camera plugged in. All right. Today, general Q&A for those that are new. Ask whatever fitness or diet questions you have, and I will answer to the best of my abilities. Yeah, I do be drifting around. You'll see it in a second. Also, our place is a mess because we got a bunch of furniture. I'm good, Tricks. I'm good. Busy day. Took the day off. We got all this nonsense. A million boxes. Got a new chair. Can I do keto and still build muscle? Yes. Um, I wouldn't. I'm almost never gonna get behind keto unless you have diabetes or something similar. It's generally unsustainable, but if you again have some sort of health condition that causes inflammation or illness from carbohydrates, then yes, you can do that. As far as building muscle goes, it's really just going to be a calorie surplus. Yeah. Am I breaking up? All right. Oh, okay. Maybe it's just him. But again, sorry if I scatterbrain right now, but yes, you can build muscle on a keto diet. It would probably be better to not cut out any macronutrients. Overall, you'll have better diet sustainability, you'll stick with it longer, and you'll feel better. Let me know if that answered your question or if you have any follow up. Yep, sorry if it was choppy. I'm still just got home, getting situated. Hello, Vic. Hello, Bounty. Welcome. Yeah, but it literally, it's probably my internet. I have to get an Ethernet cord. Our router's buried under Fish's shit. Yo, mashed potatoes, good. You can actually make pretty decent macroed mashed potatoes. Uh, like boiling potatoes and then using Fairlife instead of heavy cream and butter. That's worked out for me in the past. And who doesn't like mashed potatoes? Also, while talking about potatoes, potatoes are one of the most satiating foods. Actually, if not the most satiating, I can find an infographic, but that meaning you will feel the most full when eating potatoes. Let me see if I can throw one in chat. Ew, I hate that nav bar on this website. Let's see. Oh, here it is, I believe. Alright, so gonna throw this infographic in chat. Pretty cool. So what this shows us is how satiating or how full we feel with certain foods. And if you look at potatoes, it solos the verse 323. freaking good. And you'll notice down bottom, right, we got a bunch of junk food. If you look here, our junk food is, you know, some of the least satiating stuff. Croissants. It's literally just butter folded in butter. Super high fat, super decent in carbs, and it's super unsatiating. That's true. French fries are just potatoes but fried. But you have to think about how it affects their macronutrients. So a baked potato is very different than French fries. And also, I haven't read too deep into this, but when you superheat foods, it kind of messes with the structure sometimes, especially with proteins. So I used to be a chicken boiler. I have since been reformed and I bought an air fryer. But when you actually boil chickens, sometimes it breaks down the proteins. Again, a little nuance. If you boil your chicken, it's fine, but at least with air fryers and stuff, you can season it, not be a heathen. Taking 4 grams of creatine, could this stop my natural production? So there is no natural production of creatine. We have gone over this before, but I don't mind going over it again. So creatine is like, all right, there's something called ADP or ATP. That's energy. So together, you have one energy. Right? You have something called ADP, and what creatine does is fills in this missing piece, so you can create energy a little more efficiently. So you have part A, creatine gives you part B, and now you have energy. You get this naturally from foods such as eggs, fish, beef. The reason we take creatine is because we would have to eat ludicrous amounts or really high volumes of those foods in order to get the same amount. So there should not be any negative side effects as long as you don't have pre-existing kidney issues and you're making sure you hydrate properly. Yep, no worries, Jake. And apologies on earlier last week with the old social plug thing. It's just, I know you guys were just chatting, you and Joey, but just policy. Just got to keep it consistent. Creatine has to be supplemented. You don't get enough. Yep, exactly, Amar. So does it make your muscles appear larger? It can, potentially, make you look fuller. Uh, it mixes with water. Water is stored in the muscles. Now, that being said, creatine is a saturation supplement, much like beta alanine, that thing that makes you want to scratch your face off. So both of these are stored in the muscles over time. So if you're taking 4 grams a day, eventually you'll reach your satiation limit, or your saturation limit, I'm sorry, and you may appear fuller. Loading phase just helps you get to that saturation point quicker. Whether you do 20 grams a week, or sorry, 20 grams a day for a week, or if you just do 4 to 5 grams daily, it'll just take you a lot longer to get there with the 4 to 5 grams. It's not like it's not like big sup propaganda to get you to buy more creatine, but you might notice more immediate effects if you do the loading phase. And yes, about I think it's 24-25% of people are non-responders to creatine. Um, how can you tell? It might be a little placebo there. You know, you're taking creatine. You're like, all right, now I'm taking creatine. I'm gonna push a little harder. That type of stuff. So it's hard to say how to differentiate. Other people may experience some digestive issues. I notice those that dry scoop it and then swig some water tend to be those that have some digestive issues with it. So just try to follow the instructions the best you can. Yep. Thanks, Jake. Have a good one. Oh, also, here's another cool infographic. Uh, Related, but so you do like weight versus calories. So like olive oil, kind of heavy for the amount of calories. Most vegetables. I, oh shit, I missed this one. How would you recommend a workout training split for an 8K or something similar? Are you talking about running 8K, like 8 kilometer run? Yeah. So your priority is going to be actually running. You can do resistance training within that block as well. There's really good programs like Couch to 5K. We have some within the server. It's the same one as these. They're under the specializations. Give me 1 second. So something like this. Let me find a better link actually. So we have Couch to 5K under specializations. Running. Okay, I'm gonna link it. All right. So this is for the running portion. So it's essentially it's running and walking, and you're just progressively overloading on both the running and walking times, right? So now as for the weightlifting portion, you're just gonna do work on muscles that help you perform better. So I wouldn't necessarily isolate calves because they're going to get a lot of stimulus from the run. But on some weightlifting days, focus on higher repetitions, quad work, hamstring work, glute work, really focusing the lower body, especially for endurance running. You want to be up there in the reps. 15 to 30 could be cool. Now, some people balance hypertrophy with running. So if you want 8K to be a side quest, you can do your traditional hypertrophy program with some light running on your off days. It's really about what you want to prioritize. Is the 8K something you're prioritizing, or do you want it as a side quest? Sub super veggie. Oh, your sister's going for an 8K. All right, so if she doesn't care about the rest, the couch to 5K could be enough. If she has not done anything physical before, then a just a normal like full body, like a basic full body for beginners would be good enough as well. Not necessarily for hypertrophy, but she was a gymnast for okay. So yeah, try the couch to 5K. They or in this case couch to 8K. If they don't have one for 8, make it a couch for 10K, and you can just cut it short. But you're basically just periodizing your running. You're doing running for X amount of seconds, followed by a period of walking. Then you run again, then you walk, and you're slowly increasing those times. The harder part's balancing weightlifting and running, but if she's not worried about the weightlifting, then the couch to 8K is fine. Hello, Shadow. Goodbye, Shadow. Alright, any other questions? I see Pixel still typing. Bounty, Vic, you guys good? Also, how do you feel about the current stretch wave for hypertrophy? I've actually changed my stance pretty recently. I think hard work with good form, or moderate form even, will outweigh the whole stretch philosophy. Now, full range of motion will work the muscles more, but I find that by increasing the stretch, this is me personally. I also train clients differently than I train myself because you have to find what works for you as an individual. When I did my block of RP based hypertrophy, that was one of the most boring weightlifting blocks I've done. I didn't progress very much. I pushed close to failure with 1 to 2 RIR, but I find that if I don't worry about the super deep stretch, I just get a good range of motion pushing myself with 0 to 2 RIR. I find that the benefits are much better for me personally. Now, when I have a new client, I may emphasize the stretch and the form because they're brand new to it. And it is really good for feeling the muscle, especially on things like an incline Smith bench press or Smith incline press. Emphasizing that super deep stretch really helps them build that mind muscle connection. Now, for you and I, depending how experienced you are, we might be able to have that mind muscle connection without even doing the exercise. So there's a lot of gray area in between, but that is my take for me training me. And if you want to talk more about this, you can more than welcome to come up on the stage, or you can keep typing. Hopefully, hopefully I was a little linear with that answer, or at least I got the point across. I think hard work outweighs everything. You can have a super deep stretch. You can have the best exercise selection, but if you're not working hard, I think that matters more. But again, if you look at RP, right, it's worked for people like Jared Feather. You know, that guy's got a crazy physique. I don't know any natty bodybuilders that train in the RP style. Not that makes it, true or false, but the training philosophy behind it, we only see really from RP's point of view with enhanced lifters. Now, when you're enhanced, you can lift 15 pounds, 15-pound lateral raises or chest flies, and you'll grow. Whereas you and I might not. But I'm interested to see as it gains traction. People seem to enjoy it. I feel the same way about the 1 to 2 sets. I think 2 sets is fine. I think 1 is almost never enough for most exercises. Welcome back, Trix. Still making mashed potatoes. Mashed patat. Nice, dude. The macros on mashed potatoes actually aren't bad, especially if you take the cream out. Like, most of the mashed potato calories come from the cream. Like, if you take some of the cream out, it's actually not bad for like 200 grams. Yeah, good. Oh, some cheese. Nice. Good. Enjoy him, Tricks. 11 p.m. Dude. Yeah, if you look at my one recipe in there, it's like last minute macros. Did I hit mine today? No. It's also only 6 o'clock, so I'll hit them. But I'm definitely under. I had a shake or two, some coffee, and a protein bar. I don't think I had a whole meal yet, like an actual meal. It's a busy day. But dope lift. Yeah, I'll eat after this. I just got done lifting and training with fish. What am I gonna have? Buffalo chicken mac and cheese, or I don't know if I have many options outside of that. We didn't go food shopping yet. I only get about 6 hours a day to hit my macros, dude. I know it's tough. You gotta freaking get that food down. You could maybe get 3 solid meals in that window, but realistically, 1 to 2. It's tough. How bad will I get off track if I don't really count calories? Only protein, still train well. Ooh, Ramadan. Mashallah. But you'll just have to see. Do your best. Ramadan's really tough for progression, especially because it messes up your sleep as well. Unless you're only eating like when you wake up and when you go to bed. But typically, you can lose fat. Yeah, you can. Um, really, it's just going to come down to keeping everything in line as much as you can. Macros, rest, training. Well, enjoy. That's such a W, yeah. Dude, buffets are goaded. We got this super dope hot pot and Korean barbecue place near us. It's so good. What's up, Lexi? What's up, Gerald? So the way you can increase your maintenance is by just moving more, getting some nice walks in, all that good stuff. Move more, you can eat more. There any more? Well, I was. If no one has any more questions, we'll probably wrap up. I need to figure out a better time. I might move this to 6, and I definitely have to change the Saturday one, or I just have to ping people directly instead of pinging through the stage, when I do an announcement, there's a way better turnout. So, what's up, dude? Gerald's that he's the plant in the crowd. He gives me like layup questions sometimes, but they're good. They're good things to answer because they're pretty common for people to ask. Yeah, I'm in the EST, so it's hard for people that are in Asia. It's fine to balance with the EU. Yeah, I mean, well, EU it's like nighttime here. Most people are degenerate and they stay up till 10, 11 in the EU. But it's for eight. Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like you're gonna be up there anyway. But if you're in Asia right now, it's like 4 a.m. So then I try to do the later one on Saturday, or earlier one. I'm sorry, and it's just like middle of the day for most people. So I don't know, but also I don't want to wake up at 9 a.m. on a Saturday. You feel me? So I'll I'll do what one set warrior suggested, and I'll do a poll. Yeah, it seems that the Mondays get a better turnout anyway. But again, it's gonna be I gotta see what times work best for me and everyone. Because if it's like 2 p.m. on a Saturday, that's also probably not gonna fly. What are some high protein snacks that someone can grab on the go if in a rush? There he is, the layup. Most convenience stores, at least here in the US, sell protein shakes. If you have a lot of expendable income, beef jerky, goaded, but both are actually pretty expensive. They do have things like Metrics meal replacement bars. Granted, there are like 25 to 30 grams of sugar in it, but they're only 3 to 400 calories, 30-ish grams of protein. They taste extremely good, probably from the sugar, and they got a bunch of vitamins and minerals. But if you're looking for a healthier and cheaper option, not too many other than a shake, maybe a cheese stick, like a skim milk cheese stick, some veggies to make you feel a little fuller. It's really going to depend if it's going to be the primary focus of your diet or not. If you're just going to be away for a while, then a shake with celery peanut butter, get a little sandwiches, great. You can really load those things up. Things that'll keep better. So I find that with protein powder, if you're not doing the pre-made shakes like Premier Protein, something that has a dairy base, they will not last as well. So you can mix it with water. Kind of gross, but you gotta do what you gotta do. It'll keep better with just the powder than if you mix the shake beforehand. Yeah, sandwiches are good. Same thing with beef jerky. It's just like if you're most people that are younger and exercise regularly don't have to worry about their sodium intake, but on occasion we do. Like a whole bag of beef jerky, that's like almost 2 days worth of sodium. It's a lot of sodium. Same with lunch meats. Lunch meats can be relatively lean, depending what you get. Like a black forest ham is usually fairly lean. Chicken and turkey. But if you get something like salami, it's going to bump those calories up. There are quite a few options. Oh, do people make as much progress on upper lower 2 times a week than doing something like PPL? Yeah. So as someone who did push pull legs for 7 years, I recently switched to upper lower. Oh, not upper lower, but front and back. So I'm now working out 4 times a week. My progression is just about the same, but my days are higher in volume. Yeah, yeah. PPL's I love PPO. But I wanted time back so I could do things like today, right? So a good way to get time back is yeah, you just have like a longer lifting day and you get more recovery, so it's pretty balanced. Like my PPL volume would be between 20 to 30K on average, and now my full body days are like 35 to 50 if I'm not doing any strongman training. So if we math that out, it's about the same volume weekly. Yeah. Bro split works if you do an insane amount of volume, but at that point, you're just causing. You might just be causing damage to the muscle versus actually growing it. We see from literature that frequency and volume together beat out really hard, like single really hard sessions. Yeah, Gerald, what's the max bench? Gerald does like 200 kg bench. He's got barbell goblin arms like me. That's what it feels like sometimes. Literally the bar. That's where we all start, dude. I still remember doing the bar. Oh, how the time flies. 20 kg lateral raises in the womb. That's pretty good. But what are you doing now? If you're doing that in the womb, you better be doing more now. It went down and it didn't go back up. Yeah, it's so demoralizing too. You unrack, you hype yourself up, it goes down, and it's just stuck. There are three main drivers for muscle growth, and muscle damage is one of them. So saying tears doesn't. Yeah, there's a lot of conflicting stuff. Actually, 1 second. Yep. Recently I've been working on this. I'm gonna throw it in here early to answer your question, Josh. So I'm moving the shop section. I'm putting the programs here. I'm putting supplements that Fish and I either believe in or we take. Same with the protein powder, pre-workout, and then I'll be adding equipment soon, just because I feel like we get these questions a lot. Right now, literally just multivitamins and protein powder for me. Fish and I, not to speak for her, but she's right here. She can give you a thumbs up if this is correct. We have a pretty hard time being consistent with creatine. We switched to capsules versus powder. That did help for a while, and we moved and we forgot. I have tried Ghost. I think Ghost makes delicious products. Same with Rise. Yeah, Ghost stuff's pretty. I tried their a scoop of their Kool Aid one and their Country Time lemonade. Or no, Rise is Country Time lemonade. But yeah, dude, the grape Kool Aid pre workout. That shit was so good. I have not tried Legion. Let me look it up. Legion. I will try Legion, and I will let you know. Oh, they do meal plans, so that's cool. Got protein. No, yeah, dude. The ghost flavors are crazy. Same with Rise. I think the best one that I've had is the Dimetize ISO 100. That's true. It does not mix as well, but it's good for baking and stuff. Yeah, Dimetize. It's more expensive, but it slaps. Flavors consistent, mixes really well. It's all awesome. And then Amar says the exact opposite. Yeah, the Rise ones are good, better for baking. The taste isn't as good, but it is cheaper. So if you're here for flavor, weighs your op. What are you, lactose intolerant? Yeah, well that's fine too. I don't know. Well, Fish and I really enjoy the Fruity Pebbles Dimetize, but I don't think that we've tried enough variety to like give a consistent. The Premier Protein peanut butter chocolate is good. Here, I'm actually gonna throw a pic. This is me saying that Amar's my op. When it's on sale, you gotta grab it. I haven't talked to Brisk in a minute. I always forget. I check my DMs at like 2 a.m. and then I always forget to respond. Pretty sure I have to respond to you as well. I don't even know who the Rios brothers are, so uh, if that's any consolation. Yeah, I don't have any social media except for this. So if they came around, I check YouTube sometimes, but unless like Greg, Mike, or another YouTuber covers them, I usually don't hear about them. Like I've never watched a Trend Twins video. I know who they are, but I know who Sam Sulik is, but I've never watched any of his like full videos. Then I might have seen it, but probably not. Yeah, I hear Sam has some quality content. I am more. I like to listen more about topics versus watching people work out. If that makes sense. I'm sure he has really good insights, and I know he's a very down to earth, humble dude. But I haven't watched any of his videos because they're more like lift and chilling kind. Elliot Hulse. I don't know who that is either. He kind of looks like Tyler One. If Tyler One and Phil Heath did a fusion dance, it would be Elliot Hulse. That's crazy. The Hodge twins too. They're funny. See you, dude. Good talking to you. I'm probably gonna end this shortly as well, because I still have to eat. Oh, didn't Jesus have a thing? Didn't he like fail a squat or something recently? Get injured. Or am I tripping? Whoops. Maybe I'm tripping. Oh, never mind. Yeah. He got injured like 9 months ago. Must have been someone else. Burley, thoughts on bringing guests in the Q&A that's respected in the server to help? Can you elaborate on that? And the stage is usually open for whoever wants to participate. You just got to hit the little hand raise thing. Now, granted, I'm going to end it soon, so starting next time, but I usually don't deny anyone from coming up. Yeah, I'm always down for banter, but some people like to stay in chat or it's late where they're at. How do you stop craving junk food? So it is a tough one because we're constantly surrounded by delicious and tasty foods. Even the foods that are good for us are then sweetened artificially, which in turn makes us crave a little junk. So what you can do is try to eliminate any added sugar and artificial sweeteners from your diet. Kind of do like a reset. It's going to suck for a couple of days. That should help lower your cravings. Now, on the contrary, if you're just in a deficit and you really want some junk, that might be a sign to up your calories or take a maintenance period. But overall, it's just going to come down to discipline and supporting it with a diet that doesn't make you crave that type of food. Yep, see you, Tricks. Thanks. Appreciate it. Once I figure out what that meal is going to be. Well, you got to work with what you got. Doesn't matter what he has. I have a friend similar to that. Extremely good genetics. It doesn't work out, but it is what it is. Alright, guys, unless there's any other questions, probably going to end it here. Appreciate y'all coming out. And the times might change by next week. I'll make an announcement. I just gotta. Well, first we're gonna do a poll, as One Set Warrior suggested. What's your actual foremost center? That's the one. All right, guys. Have a good one. Yep. See ya.